Welcome back. My name is Maya Table, your virtual mentor, producer, director, editor, digital strategist. We are going to get into how I produced and directed and edited and my film dating app, which is now playing on Issa Rae's YouTube channel. Before we get started, be sure to subscribe.
Because there's no way that we could be talking and you haven't subscribed. There's no way you've been watching all this and you're not subscribed. No, go ahead and do it right now, please. I'll wait.
I'm wearing a casual, chic outfit. Yeah, like Sex and the City meets Black Panther.
So I began my career, well, film journey, I should say, at Georgia State University. I had a degree in film, but you don't need a degree in film to be within this industry. Just want to put that out there. So I began editing because I wanted to direct, and I felt like that would help me to really hone in on my director's eye. And then a friend of mine was a director and just needed help getting things together, so I just helped him get things together. And then we ended up shooting a bunch of music videos together, and I found out what I was doing was actually producing. So I ended up producing for years, at least 10, 15 now. And at one point I was like, let me just go back into directing because that was my first love and that's what really makes me happy. I needed to rebuild my full director's portfolio because up until this point, I directed a lot of small business spots for Make-A-Wish and the Atlanta airport, and then baby videos for Target and Walmart. And while I love those and I really appreciate those, they didn't really speak to where I wanted to go as a director. So it was up to me to rebuild my portfolio, which was funding new projects to build my portfolio. If you build it, they will come. It's exactly that. If you want to shoot music videos, you just shoot one to show that you can shoot one. Even though I produced a bunch of stuff, I still didn't shoot as much stuff. So I knew I wanted to start directing more films, so I had to write one to direct one. So my first film, a film called Reclaiming Nappy, a documentary about the word nappy and just the current status of it. I mean, just more of a celebration film for natural hair.
So to say it's unmanageable, it's somewhat of a slap in the face.
Thought about coming to work several times with it out, but I've always decided against it. Would it be too much? But really, what is too much?
We all decided like, yo, nappy hair is popping. And if you don't have nappy hair, I'm sorry for your life.
I put that out and Facebook picked that up. Facebook actually did a workshop with me and 6 other directors in Atlanta. And then from there, they played it at Sundance. It was interesting just to see that once I finally stopped procrastinating on my first film, it went to Sundance with Facebook, which was pretty amazing. So then I was like, well, now I need to do a narrative because that just, you know, perked up people's ear to me, but I still needed to film more to show them, you know, my character, show them my angle as a director. So I wrote a film about my dating experience. And it's always really important to go for those low-hanging fruit. So Reclaiming Nappy for me was low-hanging because hair is my jam, especially black hair. My hair, my sister's hair, you know, it's curly sometimes, it's straight sometimes. So for me, that was easy. Dating app is based on a true story. For the most part, about 80% of it is a true story. Me and my ex-boyfriend were together for 4 years. We lived together. I won't do that again. I thought it was going somewhere. And we broke up, and so I was devastated. But then like 2 months after, I guess I wasn't that devastated because when people cheat on you, it's not that much of a surprise. So when it does, you do finally break up, it's not as devastating because I guess it's like, I kind of knew it. But anyway, focus. 2 or 3 months later, I was like, well, let me see what Tinder has to offer. So I got on Tinder, and I was on OkCupid and Bumble. And in my bio, I put, hey, I'm Maya. I love bad jokes, comedy, long walks on the beach. Just, you know, it was very lighthearted. And so the comments I would get back was guys telling me their just best bad joke. And it was so fun and so charming. And I was like, well, that would be a cool experience to write about and just take it to the next level. So that's how it all started. I wish I could have whistled when I did that. When I first wrote the script, it really wasn't a script. It was just, you know, notes on a sheet of paper. And then once I revised, you know, those paragraphs over and over and, you know, had friends and family read it and give their feedback. And if they laughed and they thought it was funny, I was like, okay, I'm onto something. And then from there, I put it into final draft and did the professional formatting of the script. I already knew that since I didn't really have a big budget on this, I probably spent $2,500 on this film. We filmed it all in one day. So I knew I was gonna have to really pull on resources. And what I did was I asked crew members that I worked with in the past, you know, to work for me for free or on the very low, because with that, the next jobs that I had coming up, then I hired those same people. And I always do that. If I ask someone to work on a passion project, then they know for a fact that they'll be on my next projects. And it's always fun just to be able to work out the kinks of chemistry on passion projects. So when you do get a budget, then you already know each other's vibe. DP, shout out to Alex Allgood. Alex since then has done so many projects with me. He was a DP on the spot I directed for Self Magazine. He was a DP on a spot I directed for Lululemon. He was a DP on the Summer Walker Girls Need Love video that I produced. So it's like I really appreciate him for doing this film with me, because we were able to, you know, continue to grow as a director DP duo. So if you can, you know, reach out to people that are within arm's reach. Also, because most times, you know, it's hard if you are a makeup artist but you want to be a production designer, people may not say, let me give you a chance, because you don't have a portfolio. So passion projects are also another way to you know, learn more about that other area in production that you want. So at that point, I had a young lady who was a production assistant, but she wanted to know more about casting, into casting. So she did the casting, the extras casting for this, which was amazing. And so she was able to put that on her credits as well.
Girl! What?
One thing that I did know is that you can have an amazing script, but if your on-screen talent isn't amazing, then it's just like, why did you even do it? The two things, actually three things that I knew I had to pay for if I needed to pay for something, going to be the actress, which was Marquita Goings. She was amazing. The sound, because sometimes we don't know what makes a production bad or seem like the budget is low. It's probably the sound, and also the location. Because sometimes you can get things for free, but sometimes you just have to pay to get that aesthetic that you wanted. So when it came to actresses, me and Marquita were friends through our inner circle, you know, friends of friends. And so I loved her work and she was so amazing. So I asked her to be in it, and she did, because this was her first comedy. So it was really cool being able to work with her. Also, as a new director, you want to work with people who are stronger than you if possible. And Marquita made it easier for me because I'd never worked with actresses before, and I never directed anything that was, you know, that was a narrative. So having her really gave me some ease and helped me become a stronger director as well. For the apartment, that's my friend's apartment, who was also the set decorator for this. So shout out to Alfred Khalil. Alfred Khalil actually is a set decorator on most of my music videos, so shout out to him. And the laundromat was actually one that I paid for as well. They gave me a super discount rate because they knew it was a passion project, but it was still something, I think I might have paid $200, which is great. I think we were in there for maybe 4 or 5 hours, and we made sure that we cleaned up on the way out too. So don't be scared, just ask people. Filming in areas that are not hot spots, like if you film in the city of Atlanta, there's so much filming going on there that everybody's gonna charge you a lot of money. But if you go out into the outskirts like Metro Atlanta or the suburbs, then you're probably gonna pay a lot less. And then you also call less attention to yourself. So just a tip, once I got all my key crew members, actors and actresses, and my locations, I was ready to film, right? But it still was pretty nerve-wracking because it's like I'm directing, I'm producing, and I'm also doing the edit too, just because I like to do my own edits, because I know exactly how I want it to go. Plus I didn't have a budget, I wanted to save that money as well. So we filmed, it was a great day. And then after I filmed it, it probably took me maybe another 6 months to do the edit because I needed to recoup those funds on, you know, other jobs. So I had to, you know, put my passion project to the side for a moment. So I did the edit. The first edit I did, you know, this is a comedy, right? No one laughed, and I was like, all right. So I kind of, you know, they gave me their feedback. And so it's important to try to take your ego out when you're showing your pieces to your friends and family. Things you want to pay attention to are parts that you know for a fact are funny and they don't laugh. It's like, why didn't they laugh? Sometimes it's you need to cut away from a scene fast enough, or you need to let that scene linger a bit more, or sometimes maybe they didn't hear it correctly, or sometimes the joke just wasn't funny, you know, so you need to just try to hone in on what that punchline was. Another thing is that when people are watching your film, friends and family, whenever they look away, and you know, it's like, well, why did they look away and kind of get bored? Because maybe it's like you were taking too long to get to the point. So you want to use all those cues from friends and family before you start submitting your film to festivals. So I did that for a few months, and then once I got it to where I wanted to be, I bought all the royalty-free music. The screenshots at the end are real screenshots from dating apps that I use. I just thought that would be like a nice touch to it. So you just want to find all those crunchy moments, those nuances that just really make this film yours and different than others. I missed all the deadlines for the film festivals that I wanted to submit to, so I was going to have to wait maybe 4 months for those festivals to reopen. But I saw that Issa Rae was accepting films for her short film Sundays, and this is something she accepts films year-round. So if you have a film and it's ready, submit it to Short Film Sundays. And maybe just a few weeks later, they emailed me back that they accepted the film. So it was the May 2019 Short Film of the Month, and I was super excited. But I really wanted to make it a moment. So I was like, let me do a premiere for it. I rented a movie theater. I hired a publicist. Just made it a big to-do for it, because what I found that, especially from doing my first film, is that you have to toot your own horn. I think sometimes as creatives, it's hard for us to, which is why it took me so long to do this YouTube channel. It's because it kind of feels like, I don't know why we feel bad about putting ourselves out there, but you have to, so people can understand why you are so amazing, understand your vision, where you're going, and also open yourself up to other opportunities. So, and then celebrate your successes. So I did the premiere. It was amazing. Thank you for everyone who came to the premiere, and it was a great time. And it also just kind of helped elevate my career as well, because other people saw that. The film really did help the trajectory of where I was going, because people started to see me as a director because I had that Issa Rae stamp of approval on it, and it helped me to just kind of make that pivot from producer to director. So I hope you check out the film. I hope you enjoy it. And shout out to my dog Tuffy for being in the film too. If you had any other films or any other things that I produced that you want me to do a video for, let me know. I also teach classes. The link is below if you want one-on-one classes with me. Thank you for joining. Chat with you soon. Peace. Hello. Do you hear me? Welcome back. My name is Maya Table, director, producer, digital strategist, cool kid. What are other things to make myself sound really fabulous? Dog mother, ice cream lover, long walk on the beach lover, likes to dance, single and ready to mingle, you know, all those good things.